Hey, what's up? And in this video, I'm going to be interviewing one of our students, Belen. She's been with us for 2 months now. She is a creative storytelling coach. She is a mother to a young toddler, and she is someone who joined us with, I think maybe 200 followers when she joined. She had no offer, no online business. She was only doing, work for her own main business offline. And so she essentially joined us to learn how to build a high ticket offer, learn how to market that offer online, and build a new, essentially a new stream of income online. So then she could start to get back her time in a day, to get back her time to spend with her family, to spend with her toddler, and to ultimately then achieve a much better work-life balance with her business. Long story short, she now has signed her first ever 5 high-ticket clients. I think she was selling her program for I think over €2,000. So you can do the maths on that. It's probably over about 12,000 euros since joining us about 2 months ago. And she only has now 600 followers. And so she's made all of those sales completely from scratch, from 200 to 600 followers. Absolutely amazing the results she's had. And it just goes to show that you don't need to have a massive audience to start selling a high ticket offer. We've helped her leverage her knowledge, her skill, her expertise, turn it into a great high ticket offer, turn it into great organic content that attracts the right people, and then given her a very clear and systematic system of generating sales that then she can implement every day. And that's why she's had such amazing success so quickly within our program. And so without any further ado, let's let Belen do the speaking, and let's see what she has to say about her program and her time in high value consulting. Thanks very much for jumping on a call with me. I do appreciate it. Like I said, I've already introduced you to everyone with my own introduction, but obviously in your own words, you just sort of announce yourself. Who are you? What is it you do? And how do you help people?
Hello. Well, my name is Belen. I am a storytelling specialist. I have been doing immersive narratives for a long time, and now I'm focusing on working with creative people who wants to leave their jobs and make a living out of their creativity.
Yes. Yeah. Amazing. So if I remember rightly, tell me if I'm wrong, but if I remember rightly, I'm pretty sure when you joined us, you didn't actually have like an actual offer in place, did you? We kind of,
No, no, not at all.
yeah.
I before I joined you, I mean, this Instagram account have been open like for 1 month or 2 months because I was starting from scratch.
Mm.
And I intended to do something, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I had no offer at all.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. And you are targeting the Spanish market, aren't you? Spanish speaking market.
Exactly. Spain, Spanish speaking countries. Yes.
Yes, yeah, yeah. No, I think it's important that I kind of point that out because we get a lot of people reach out to us in that market who tend to think that they can't sell high ticket to their audience for whatever reason. And of course, you're one of the examples of well, you can. You've done it in abundance. So that's why it's such a good, opportunity to chat with you to kind of see what's worked for you, how you've done it, and kind of get any details and advice as well from you. You can pass on to others. So yeah, I guess joining the program. What then have been the main changes or the main things you've implemented that you found have helped you to get the offer out, to get it up and running, actually then start landing these clients and having these results?
Well, I've basically implemented everything from scratch because I had nothing. I had no offer. I've been just publishing some content, but just with no criteria or a strategy.
Mm.
So I've been just following all the process, all the program steps regarding offer creation, regarding prospecting, sales, content strategy. So
Mm.
yeah, I mean, I just let myself be guided by you guys and by the process that works like a machine. And that's what I just did. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I understand. But as well, you have to also take credit. Of course, we have a good system, we have a good process, but I think you do also have to take credit because ultimately you're the one who you're putting in the work. You're making it happen. You're having those conversations, and I think so. Now it's what are the actual numbers? So it's I think 600
yes,
followers.
623, I think.
Yeah, so 623 followers, and how many clients so far?
It's 5 clients.
5 clients. Yeah, amazing. And so 600 odd followers, 5 clients. The offer is like it's more than €2,000. I think I can't remember the exact number.
Yeah.
But it's insane. I mean, and I say it's insane because a lot of people think you need to have thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers to even be able to do that. And of course, your proof, you just go to show you don't need to have that. With the right system, the right process, the right content, the right positioning, you can make it work. And so, what do you think then for yourself, out of everything you kind of learned so far in a program, what do you think has been the most pivotal for you? Is it the offer? Is it the sales process? Is it the content strategy? What have you felt to be like the most important part that's helped you the most getting the results?
I think that the most important thing that I've learned is like how everything is geared around listening and really tuning in into what
Mm,
people are saying and what they need. It's not about really your prior knowledge or really being able to show how knowledgeable you are about something. It's about really listening, and the whole process is about listening through conversations to building community, to having these sales conversations that are really valuable to really understand who the audience is and really
yeah.
tailor the offer to them. So it really resonates and it feels natural and organic that way. So I think that was like
Mm.
a really big insight for me.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand. And so off the back of that, then, if you were to then give advice to someone, perhaps who's in or was in a similar situation to what you were. So let's say, for example, they're a creative, they're starting from scratch on Instagram, they want to build a business, they want to be able to sell the skill they've got. What would then be your sort of number one, if you could have one or two, I don't know, but what would be your main advice to that person to kind of do what you've done and kind of replicate those same results you've had over the past sort of month and a half to 2 months, however long it's been?
I would say that is the thing with the creative sector is that we always feel that we have to show how talented we are, how
Mm,
gifted we are, how
mm,
different we are in our skill.
mm,
But I think that the spin is that our creativity is a tool for our audience to reach what they are really after. So I think that I would have them think about how their creativity is really helping others instead of thinking about themselves. So I think that little spin in the content that you create, in how
mm.
you position yourself in front of the audience, that really makes a big difference.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I think it's a very important point. It's about that idea of giving value to the market, to give as much value as possible, and then eventually you can then take that value back into the form of clients and income and those types of things. And that's exactly how you would do it. And so you're looking at then going to a group coaching program. I think is what you said, wasn't it, on one of the group calls a while back?
Yeah.
So you're looking at transition to a group coaching at some point. What's then the longer term vision for you now? Like, I know you obviously have your main work you do, kind of on the side. You then have this you're kind of building as well. What's next for you? What is it you're trying to build? What's in the big goal here with the business?
Well, my goal is to find the balance because I'm obviously a creator. So I have a company in which we create things, we create experiences, immersive experiences.
Mm,
And I love that, but what I found is that I'm really tired of creating new experiences from scratch every time.
yeah,
So I think that my balance now, my roadmap is to find a balance and integrate coaching more into what we do, and have like a space for keep on creating, but also a space for coaching others and bringing everyone up to speed to being able to make a living out of their creativity, which is the goal. So yeah, that's
yeah.
in the long term, it's to balance both.
Yes, yeah. And do you feel then that, in terms of joining a program and getting started and building it so far, do you feel you're much closer to that now? How far off do you think you are? Do you think it could be done in a few months, or do you think it might be a few years till that's the case? How soon do you reckon you can actually make that transition and have that, kind of better balance?
I think that I think that I'm pretty close. I'm like 2 months from now to finding that. The thing is that I have like prior engagements of different creative projects that I have to deliver, let's
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
But
yeah,
as soon as I deliver that, I'll be able to have this, like my focus would be more on this. And what's it's really good is that once you have this, you have the ability to say no more.
yeah,
So I'll be able to say know more often to
Yeah.
other things that are not maybe that interesting. So I could be like more in control of my creative career because
Yeah.
I have something else to rely on.
Yes, yeah, 100%. No, it makes sense, and I think that's obviously the ultimate goal. I think for a lot of creatives is to have that option to say no. Because a lot of creatives, because of finances or they've got to pay bills, whatever it might be, they kind of are forced to say yes to certain projects, and then they can't be creative because they don't enjoy that project. And it kind of defeats the whole point of being a creative and being that type of person. So I think it's great you're kind of getting to that stage now where very soon you'll be able to say like no to certain projects or yes to other ones and attract those different opportunities, which is amazing. I think it's really great that, starting up this sort of coaching side of the business, giving you that flexibility to do that. And so why do you think then, and again, kind of bring it back to the program, why do you think for yourself specifically, why do you think you've been able to have the success you've had so far? Because, being able to kind of grow the audience you have within the kind of small period of time, be able to land that amount of clients again within quite a small period of time and with a relatively small audience, why do you think you've been able to do that? Like, is it so, for example, do you have a certain routine you follow every day? Are there certain habits you follow to make sure you get a certain checklist done? Or is it just a certain tactic or a piece of content you've been doing? Like, is there anything in particular you can point out and say, it's that I've been doing, that's why I've had the success at this stage?
I think that in terms of habits, I've tried I try to block some time in my daily routine to do all the interactions, to really reach out to people, to really engage with the community,
Yeah.
to really make sure that I'm writing content, that I'm creating content. I don't have as much time as I would like to, but I try to make sure that it's there and it's a daily thing, even if it's a short time. And the other thing that I would say that it's been helping is the idea of how my story is transformational and how it
Mm.
resonates with other creators that want to be in the same place. So um, understanding that I have to talk about my journey more has
Yeah.
proven successful, and it's something that it's really helping me to build a community and really to connect to others that are maybe some steps behind me and that really
Yeah.
want to get where I am. So that was really a game changer, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. That's such an important point. I think I remember when we had our first call to kind of get you into the program, I think I remember saying, or if I didn't say, I probably would have been thinking it about how you had such a great story in terms of what it is you've achieved already in your field and in your space. And the important thing is you have to then champion yourself and talk about that as much as possible. And that's such a, if you want to call it a hack, that is such a hack to success. That a lot of people don't do and they kind of miss out on. It's like you said, people are buying into they're buying into your transformation. There's that community you're then building. And all of that is a thing that also compounds over time. The more you talk about your story, the more you talk about what you're building now, the coaching business, that all compounds and that will help you to then keep growing even further into the future. So it's such an important point you made. And of course, with the habit side of things as well, that's also very important. A lot of times people, have a checklist on things to do, but they might do it once or twice a week, but they won't do it every day. But like you said, whether you do it for 10 minutes, whether you do it for 1 hour, you make sure you're doing your engagement, that you're, connecting with people, you're prospecting, you make sure you do it regardless. And again, I think that's why you've had the results you've had, because it does take that level of effort and commitment to build those habits and do the work to get a result. And so that's amazing. You've kind of done that. And so last question from me, then I'll let you go. But just what I always like to ask everyone that I do these calls with is when you decided to join a program, when you decided to invest in yourself and kind of take that jump, why? Like what was it at that time that made you want to invest in yourself? And that's not anything to do with us. I just mean for you personally, was it a certain ambition you had? Was it, something you were trying to achieve, something you're trying to get away from? What was it at that time that you thought, no, now is the time I need to invest in myself. Now is the time I need to make action.
Well, I would say that it was a combination of being tired, of not being able to maximize my knowledge because I have lots of experience, and really not knowing how to really maximize that and to really take advantage of all that skills, all that knowledge, how to monetize that
Mm.
properly. And it's just being tired of doing the same things over and over and over again and see
Yeah.
the same results, obviously,
Yeah.
because you're doing the same things. And also, I now have a toddler. I now have a child. He's two
Yeah.
years old now. So it's like, hmm, now things have changed. Now I want things to be different. And that
Yeah.
really made me say I have to take this seriously and really make a change in everything. And this has been truly transformational.
Mm, mm. No, that's good to hear. And I think that's why we do this. It's not just about directly the person we're helping, but also how that helps then the people connected to you, like you said, your child, your family, the people around you. It's then that indirect impact we then have on those people, which is why we do it and why we enjoy it and why we put so much time and energy into the program to get that kind of results. And so that makes me happy kind of hearing that, because we don't always know the sort of background on those sort of things. So that's amazing to hear. So I'm really happy to hear that. And now is the time you just got to keep building, keep growing, and then get it to exactly where you want to get it to. And like you said, I know you said you've got like a big job coming up. I think it's next month, I think you said. But then after that in April, you're going to be able to really focus on this and double down on it. And I'm excited for that because I think once you fully commit in that sense, and that's what's great is that you still not even been able to fully commit to this part of the business. You're kind of half in, half out, but still making it work. Which is amazing.
It's amazing and it's it's addictive because you get to see the results
Yeah.
and it's like, oh my God, I have to put more time on in this because it's going to grow and you really see the how your effort that you're putting there is like bringing
Mm.
outcome. So it's like
Yeah.
it's what I've been looking for a long time. So just
Yeah.
seeing that the little steps are really returning to something,
Mm.
it's really nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Amazing, amazing. Well, look, I appreciate your time. Like I said, I don't want to keep any longer. So thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to chat with me and kind of go through your time in the program so far anyway. And again, I say so far, we're only like 2 months in or something like, it's, you've
Yeah.
got lots of time left. But just to finish off then, where can people find you? If anyone's interested in kind of reaching out, chatting to you, kind of seeing how you can help them, where's the best place to find you? Instagram, TikTok, where's the best place?
I'm on Instagram and TikTok as Belen Santaolalla. You'll have to write it down
I
for
will, don't
people
worry.
to be able to find me. And my all my content is in Spanish, but you can reach me especially on Instagram.
Yes. Yep. Amazing. Fantastic. Yeah, I will put those details down below. So don't worry, people will be able to find it. They'll be able to type it out. So I'll put those details down below. So anyone, if you want to reach out to Belen, then the details will be down below. But yeah, other than that, thanks very much for taking the time. I appreciate it. Congrats on all the amazing success you've had so far. Wishing you much more success in the future. And I know you will get it, but just wishing you it anyway. And yeah, thanks very much and keep crushing it. And we'll speak soon.